macOS is a terrific operating system until it's dumb. Hi, I'm Mike, and I can get you past the dumb. Let's start off with the clock on the screensaver. Of course, you can see it on there, but say I decide I don't really want the clock on this screensaver. So of course, I'm going to drop into the settings app. I'm going to go to screensaver, and I don't see anything about a clock here. Let's scroll down just a little bit, and I still don't see anything about a clock here. Why? Because it's not in the screensaver area. It's in the lock screen area, because it is. And you'll notice that it is right here, show large clock on screensaver and lock screen. So if I only want it on the lock screen, I'll change the setting here, test the screensaver, and no clock. But why it's not in the screensaver area when you're talking about having a clock on the screensaver, I don't know what to tell you. And now let's talk about the save dialog box. Let's say I want to save a copy of this page, or you have a document open and you want to save that document. So you come up here, we'll do save, and it opens up this box. Where are all my folders? Like, can I only choose to save it in the downloads folder? What if I want to put it somewhere else where I'm researching something? Here's where you find the solution. Do you see this tiny little down arrow, down caret, down chevron, whatever you want to call it? Click that. And then you get the full save dialog box. Why is this hidden? Once again, I can't tell you. Now, while we're here, let's take a look at the locations drop-down box, and you'll see that this is actually a folder path, I guess. It's not obvious that it is, but it actually is. Now, here we are at the downloads folder. That's the closest one being shown on the screen. We could move up, or am I moving down? So once again, it's not an intuitive thing, but what this is a file path. And trust me, it works. Also down here, recent places. It's just a collection of folders that you have recently been interacting with in Finder, and it's there just for your convenience. I argue that this is not as intuitive as it otherwise could be, but at least now you have an idea of what that locations drop-down menu is all about. Next up, let's take a look at the PDF button in the print interface. So we'll go to File, Print for this web page, and down here at the bottom, we have the button that says PDF. If you click it, it'll allow you to save that page as a PDF. You set all the information up, click Save, and you'll move ahead. Let's cancel out of that. Let's go back. If you notice a little down arrow next to this, you'll see that there are a few other options for you to choose. And if you want to, you can click Edit the menu there. And right here, you can reset this to be any one of these actions to be default when you click that button. Say, for instance, I want to save this as Open in Preview. That way, when I click that button, it'll go ahead, open in preview, and then I can look at it. I can mark it up if I would like to, and then I can save it as a PDF at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and the button still says PDF. If you click it, it opens it up in preview, but the button label still says PDF. And once again, my mind draws a blank on why it would ever be like that. Now let's talk about a time where macOS might throw a stumbling block at you when you're just trying to install an app from the web. For instance, the Moss app here, Apple is telling me that they can't verify that the app is free of malware. and that it might, compromise my privacy or security. And it looks like I can click done or just move it to the trash. Does not look like I can install it, but you can. So what we do is we visit the Settings app. We go to Privacy and Security, and we scroll down all the way to the bottom. And at this point, we will see the Security section, and I can click Open Anyway. It still warns me, but after reading this over, I can click Open Anyway. Then I just need to verify by either putting in my password or my fingerprint. And the mouse app then opens, and I can move along with my life. Now, why is this so difficult to install this app? It is because the Moss developer doesn't have an Apple developer account. That means he doesn't have a direct relationship with Apple, and that Apple can verify the authenticity of the developer and the app. While I can understand the security reasons behind this, I still think this is a disservice to the operating system user because this is nearly impossible to find. Now let's spend a moment or two picking on Finder. Let's say I want to get the information about the business.jpg file here. If I click Get Info, it opens up, but it opens it up in the far left upper corner, even though my Finder window is in the opposite area of the monitor. Now, right here on this screen, it's not a big deal, but say you had two screens open and you had Finder on that secondary screen and it opens over there, you might not even realize that the Get Info window even opened. And I think that is just poor design. Sorry, Uncle Tim. But once again, while we're here, let's go over a quick tip. If you right-click and then hold down the Option key, you can open Inspector instead of Get Info, and it opens up a very similar window as Get Info. But the magic about this one is if I move it, not like that, but if I just move this little window around, and if I close it and I decide to reopen it in the same fashion, Option key, Show Inspector, it remembers the position of the window. So rather than opening it up on the other side of the planet, it actually stays where I opened it the last time I used it. And that, my friends, is better design. Well, I hope that clears up some macOS oddities for somebody out there. What oddities have you found? Share them down in the comments for everybody's entertainment. And if you liked this video, make sure to like, and if you like videos like this, go ahead and click subscribe. And until next time, have fun, stay safe, and keep learning.